welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel.
British and American intelligence agencies spied on Israeli diplomats, defense firms, and the IDF, according to a report by the French daily Le Monde. The report was based on material from Edward Snowden, the whistleblower who worked for U.S. intelligence before publishing classified material in 2013 and fleeing to Russia. According to the report, the American National Security Agency, along with its British counterpart, the Government Communications Headquarters, cooperated for over a decade to gather valuable information about Israel. The report says that the focus of the information gathering was Israel's foreign policy, private security companies, and Israeli governmental bodies that handle international cooperation. According to Le Monde, Britain's intelligence agency also gathered data on the second highest ranking official in the Israeli Foreign Ministry and the email correspondence of several Israeli ambassadors, including the ambassadors to Kenya and Nigeria. 3 miners suspected of carrying out 4 shooting attacks against an army outpost outside the Ofra settlement north of Ramallah have been arrested. The Israel Security Agency, together with the IDF and the Border Police Reconnaissance Unit, seized weapons and vehicles allegedly used by the suspects during the attacks. The cell, which consists of 3 miners, carried out 4 shooting attacks between October and November using locally made weapons. Relatives of the cell members were also detained on suspicion that they were involved in hiding the weapons used to carry out the attacks. According to the IDF, the group was based in Silwad, a Palestinian town located just north of Ofra. Tens of thousands of migratory birds have opted to remain in the north of Israel over the winter months rather than continue on their journey. Scientists say that some 42,000 gray cranes are staying in the Agamon Hula Lake this winter, feasting on crops and nesting in an artificial lake. With hundreds of bird species passing through each year, the Hula Valley in northern Israel is one of the prime birdwatching spots in the country, which has gained a worldwide reputation as a place to visit for ornithologists. Located at the nexus point of 3 continents and with a climatic diversity that ranges from arid desert in the south to a cooler mountainous region in the north, Israel draws about 500 million birds annually from over 550 unique species. 14 Knesset members just signed up for the chance to fly down to Australia on an all-expense-paid mission to save the endangered marsupials of the island continent. The only problem is that the week-long trip to Australia would take place in the last week of March, which is the final week of the Knesset's winter session. Oh, and the organization they signed up for doesn't exist. The prank played on the lawmakers was a test by Israel's Channel 2 News to see how quickly Israeli MKs would be willing to travel despite the timing of the offered trip. What's especially interesting, though, is that the Knesset Ethics Committee approved the trip, despite the fact that the fictitious organization sending the invites doesn't even have a website. Now, while it's hard to blame even a politician for trying to take advantage of a free trip, the hoax uncovered some unseemly gaps in security. Thankfully, at least some Knesset members turned the offer down, citing their position and schedule as the reason. 90 U.S. Holocaust remembrance institutions and more than 70 individual scholars and educators have denounced a rise in intolerance and hate speech that seems to have risen in the wake of the presidential election. A statement issued by the group on Tuesday called on U.S. lawmakers to condemn white nationalist groups and asked citizens to be vigilant. The statement was co-authored by members of the Association of Holocaust Organizations, a network dedicated to the advancement of Holocaust education, remembrance, and research. The incidents that prompted the statement include numerous acts of vandalism, like putting Nazi swastikas in public areas, as well as on the homes of Jewish individuals. According to FBI hate crime statistics, Jews, who make up just over 2% of the general population in the United States, are at the receiving end of 60% of religiously motivated hate crimes.
That's all for now. Stay tuned for ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you tomorrow with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.